Welcome back, viewers, to Roo Studios Tekkit 1.2.9G, and on this tutorial we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to upgrade our armor. You notice, you might remember at the very start of this tutorial series, I built myself a secret room and gave myself diamond armor and all the bits and pieces here to just because that's I didn't have to worry about losing stuff all the time, and that just kept me through the game. Well, I'm about ready to get rid of the enchanted diamond god armor and go for something that I found very interesting in this mod pack called power armor. And I'll just show it to you. I've got a set made up here. There it is there. In fact, there it is there on our NEI list. So power armor boots. So we're going to make some of these, and we're going to make the power armor tinker table as well. Okay, fairly easy to make, so it's not too hard. So without further ado, we'll get stuck straight into it, shall we? So the first one is the power armor helmet. Okay, there it is there. And look, if you notice the shape of the items, it's just in the shape of a helmet, except you have wiring here that is used instead of the iron. Wiring is fairly easy to make. All you need is copper, silver, and copper in a 3-3-3 row. And if you've been following me along in this tutorial, you'll have more than enough of all that to make as much copper as you need. Now, when we have a look at this particular recipe, like a helmet. Now, when we look at the chest plate, you'll notice the chest plate very similar. It's just got some wire. So there's only ever two ingredients for all of these. It's in the same shape as the normal armor pattern, except with the different items. And same for the leggings, okay, and same for the boots. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to make that yourself because it's all pretty straightforward. All that very easy to make the materials, very easy to get the materials and put it all together. Alright, so right now I'm going to just strip off my armor, and I'm going to grab my power armor. It may be, just warn you, it may be a few parts to this because there's a few things we need to do to get this to work properly. Okay, so there's our power armor. It looks pretty cool on. You can see it covers you up fairly well. There is another item that we need, and I think it's called there it is there, power fist, that's what it's called. So we need to make the power fist. And that is made a little bit differently, so we'll just add that in there. So we need iron, and this is probably a key part of the toolkit because this will eliminate the need for axe, a shovel, even a sword, or even a bow, an arrow. So you don't need any of that because the modular add-ons that you have with this stuff is pretty impressive. Okay, so we have all that stuff there. Now what we need to do is we need to make our power armor tinker table. So we hit the recipe on that, and again, pretty straightforward. You need an emerald, a machine frame, a redstone transmission coil, which is silver instead of gold in the same format, and some electrum ingots in that format. So it's all pretty straightforward. I'll let you make that. I have one made already here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it down right about here in a corner somewhere. Okay, and there's our tinker table. It's a great looking design that the guys made. It's pretty impressive. And what we need to do now is we right click over the table, and you see the arm that you've got down the side here, looking pretty good. And pretty much as it stands, the armor is not much chop to anyone. It doesn't do a whole lot, as you can see in the armor, in the shielding bars below, down in your bar there. You only get 1.5 hearts, basically, if that's what you want to call them, 1.5 stones. So what we need to do is we need to boost our armor up a little bit. Right, to do that, you just click on the items that you have, and you can see all the modifications that you can actually choose. Okay, through here you've got armor, you've got energy, you've got movement, and you've got environment. Okay, depending what you want to do. Now, I've played with these before, and I have a few things set up here that I'm going to put in, and one of those is the first thing I'm going to put on all of them is the energy shield. Okay, good piece of armor, gives you most of your stones. So and how to make that is you need to make a force field emitter. Okay, so this is where it's going to take a little bit of time to put things in. So you may see me cutting things away a little bit and chopping and changing this, but I'm not going to go through making all this stuff in a tutorial when you can look it up yourself and pretty much figure it out. So I'll go through it. So energy shield, force field emitter. So let's go into here and go force field emitter. There it is there. Hit the R button and there's the shape there. So I'm going to make a few things here if I haven't already. We need wire, we need a tesseract, a full tesseract frame, solenoids to make our emitter. Okay, so there's the shape there. I'll add it to my my list, clear it all, and we'll start getting that made right about now. Okay, so I have two force field emitters made now. So when I click onto our Power Armour helmet and we go to our energy shield, we only need two. We can install them just like that. And I'm going to bring the field strength right up because when I do this, there's no power in there at the moment, as you can see. But when I charge them up, you get a massive amount of power in these things with the way I set it up, and it can handle it quite easily. So the next thing I'm going to look at here is I'm not going to worry about any more armour. Don't need it, because even then, if you look at your armour bar now, you've gone up 3 stones just by putting the field emitter energy shield on one of those items. Now I have an energy shield on the chest plate already, so that's given me the bit more I need, and I'll put some more on the booties. So I'm going to need two of the force field emitters for the booties and 2 of them for the leggings. So I'll get those out of the way right now. Okay, so now we have our force field emitter on our energy shield on all of our items, and you can see our stones and all our shield is, or protection is all the way to full, as much as you'd have with diamond armor. So it's pretty good. But it's still not going to work because we need to power this up. Right? It's called Power Armour for a reason. So the next thing we're going to put in here, looking down, we need energy. Now I've put in a high efficiency solar generator in my helmet. Right? And to do that, we need a solar panel, a control circuit, and your computer chip. Now if you've made your CPU controller here, you can actually craft all that. As you can see, the solar panel's there. Okay, you put it in your crafting item, but to look at it first, we'll just go and hit the recipe on it for you so you can see what it looks like. Really basic solar panel to make. So you need glass panes and a lapis lazuli block. You'll have more than enough of those. So put those in encode those in your block encoder, your pattern encoder, and put them up on your CPU. So when you need to craft it, just craft it. Same for the chips. Okay, there's our chips here. Okay, really simple recipe to make. Put it in your encoder and craft it up when you need it. Same for your control circuit. There it is there. Hit the recipe on that, and straightforward. It's a bit of a technical one, but the ingredients you'll have an abundance of. So as far as the need of rare materials, you're pretty safe there. So make a heap of them because you'll need them as we go through this. Okay, so there's our solar generator, but we need somewhere to store the energy. So I'm going to go to the Elite battery here, and we need a HV capacitor. So let's type in HV capacitor and have a look at that recipe. Oops. There he is there. And a pretty straightforward design there. So we have a redstone energy cell frame, full. So to make that, we need our redstone energy cell frame, which we need that there. Now I'm pretty sure I have that in my, yes I do. So let's make 20 of those. Okay, this is why I love the CPU crafting. It's just pretty much straightforward. All right, now I've made our tesseract stuff. I may just, while I'm here, I may just make another 20 of those while I'm at it. And I might just fill those up before I go to the redstone, because I've only got one. At the moment, I've only got one fluid transposer, and I've got it set that way. So I'm gonna have a look at it. I'm gonna have another bit of a play with that and see if I can set it up better, in a better way. And I'll fill those up for now, and I'll come back. So while we're waiting, for that to fill up, and we'll fill up the other redstone stuff as well, let's move on to another item that we want to have. Okay, the environment, the water electrolyzer, basically for breathing underwater. All right, we need another LV capacitor here. So let's look at the LV capacitor. Okay, this is a fairly easy recipe: silver, paper, and gold with some wire. So let's go and encode that, shall we? Okay, so now we go into here and type in our LV. There it is there. Let's go and make 10 of those. That is so easy. I'm really impressed with the ME system. It's a really neat system. So now that we have an LV, there it is there. We get one of those, and all we do is we hit our Tinker table, go to our helmet, and all you need to do is have it in your inventory and hit the one you want and install it. There it is there. Now we will need to put a shortcut key to it, but we'll show you that a little bit later on down the track. She's still filling up there, so I think by the time we get that done, by the time that gets done, we'll have all the other bits and pieces we need done. I don't worry about radiation shielding yet. Maybe we can. I did play around with the airtight seal, but that I think is going to interfere with our Galactic Craft gear on the back here. So I'm going to tend to lean more towards using the Galactic Craft gear, and this is used for when we go into outer space, into our space station and to the moon and Mars when we get there. So I'm not going to worry about that particular mod, even though there's a tick there. In fact, I might just salvage it now and get rid of it. What I will have though is the auto feeder. Okay, we need a servo motor and a control circuit. Now the servo motor, yeah, pretty straightforward to craft. So let's put that into our encoding. Now, because there's a few things here that we have to make, if you wanted to make that, if we encode the rest of these, it'll actually make it for raw material. So let's have a look. We've got the wire there, we've got the solenoid there, but we don't have the pneumatic servo in the list. So let's find the recipe for that. Iron, redstone, and glass. Okay, let's go and make that up. Okay, so now what'll happen is when I want to make the make a heap of these servos here, and I run out of the pre-made materials, because they're already encoded, it'll go and actually make those when they run out and supply us again. So let's make 20 of these for now, because we're going to need a few of these, I'm pretty sure. And that's going to go through our materials and make it up for us. If we go servo now, there they are, 20 of them all made up. Okay, so that's cool. Alright, so our Tesseract frame's now full here, as you can see. Let's go and put our redstone stuff in now. We need to empty out I need a bucket of redstone. Right there. There we go. So now we empty that out and put our redstone energy cells in there. So while we're waiting, we'll get these tesseracts made up. So we need some more of these force field emitters. So let's go and look up our, where are they? I'm going to need some more wire. I'm going to need some more solenoids by the look of it. We're out of silver ingots. Okay. Silver. This is the good thing about the crafting monitor. It tells you where you're at and what you're making, and tells you what materials you're missing. So we need silver ingots. So if we go to silver, we'll probably have a whole swag of dust. There we go. Running a little bit low there. We might have to go and check our laser focus drills and put a few things together. So we have our focus now. So we need to need to make at least another 6. Oh, our wire's gone. 6 wire. Alright, so we're going to need more wire again. Let's see how that goes. So we've got, alright, so we need it. Okay. I think I made the wrong thing. That's right, I'm sure we'll use them. Need a HV capacitor. I thought I made it's no matter, we'll use those force field emitters. Oh, hang on, we're making it in here, aren't we? Servo motor and control circuit. I'm lost a bit now, so we're making that. We need to make an elite battery, so we need our HV capacitor. So let's get our HV capacitor squared away. So our elite battery here, we'll put our elite battery into our first one. There it is there. Crank our battery size up to full and make it all full. People sit there and go, oh, I'll go about halfway and bits and pieces. Nah, full. It's all good. Send it up top. Get stuck into it, I say. So I have an elite battery on our helmet. We have an elite battery on our chest plate. We need an elite battery on our leggings. Okay, so that's the battery side of it. So we've done our armour, so that we've got our helmet. Got battery and power generation. So the environment, we've got a water electrolyzer. Now we go for an auto feeder. We've got servos and control circuits. So let's get our servos out. That should be ready to install now. Put our efficiency up. So now what's going to happen here is we don't need to feed ourselves. Once I get this powered up, we don't need to feed ourselves at all. So it's going to be pretty easy. And I'll do how I power everything up on the next tutorial. There's a couple of ways we can do it. What's next? Night vision. I played with night vision, good for seeing underwater, which we may just do it, I think. So we've got a control panel. We need a hologram emitter. And we can now we have it installed. No? Oh, night vision. I was looking at night vision. So I'll install the night vision. Again, we need to sort our shortcut keys out. And we can do that. Let's put those away, put that 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 away. And what's next? What else do we need now? We will need. I tried putting a clock. I'm not too keen on the clock. I don't really care too much about that. But we will need the flight control, right? And we have a control circuit there. And this makes when we make our jetpack, it makes controlling it a whole lot easier. Okay, and that's it for the helmet. So the next thing we're going to look at is our chest plate. So we have power, we have our shield. We're now going to look at movement. Now, I tried running a parachute. Okay, we can use a parachute as safety. You just press the shift, the shift key. I haven't tried the glider wings yet, but I might try those. They look really interesting. But I have used the jetpack a lot, and I think using the jetpack and the glider would be really, really handy for some movement, and we'll have a look at those. So we'll get those three done, shall we? So the parachute here is fairly simple. I think it's just a heap of wool and some string. So let's pop it up. Now you notice there's all the parachute here. That's all Galactic Craft, so that's not part of it. What we're after is this one here, Machine Mouse's modular power suits. So we're after that pattern there. So there's our pattern. Okay. Let's go to our craft and make 64 of those. There we go. There's our parachute. So let's install that. Oh, I need 2 of them. Typical. There we go, 2 of them. So now let's make our jetpack. That needs some ion thrusters. Now this is probably the most technical thing that we have to make in this whole thing. There it is there. And yeah, so we needed some Invar ingots. I knew we needed some more force field stuff here. And I think we need 4 of these from memory. Yeah, 4 of them. So we're going to need another 8 force field emitters. So we only need 2. So we've got 2. We only need 2 more made. So let's get 2 of these made up again. 1, 2, and 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. So 1 by jetpack, and I crank the thrust right up. Okay. Now we've got it turned on, so Okay, so let's make our glider wings now. I haven't made our glider wings. I'm not worried about dimensional tag generators, I don't care. So our glider wings, we need glider wings. That's pretty straightforward. I probably need 2 of them, I'd reckon. There they are there. And we need hardened glass and solenoids. So this is going to be a tricky one. So let's get rid of that. I think I have a heap of hardened glass here. Yes, I do. We need 1, 2 of those. So let's go to here. Excellent, install those. And to activate those, we press sneak plus forward while falling. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, the special ones I haven't worried about. That's camouflage if you want to hide. If you're playing in a Let's Play world on your own, who cares? The magnet, not too concerned by having things attract to you. So I'm happy to leave that off. Awesome, just got blown up by a creeper. Good-o. What else have we got? A cooling system. I will put a cooling system in there. So we need eye vendor and a control panel. Now I hope I have enough. So cooling system, booster all up, it's all good. The next thing I'm going to look at, and probably the last thing for our chest plate, is the mob repulsor. This thing is gold. We've got a control circuit. I need to make a magnet. So let's have a look at what it takes to make a magnet. There it is there. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? Alright, so let's get some iron. Beautiful. Put that over in our coating. All up there, and let's go and make ourselves. I think I need 1 magnet. Oh, I need 1, so let's make that. And what this thing does is once you've got this activated and working, no mobs can get within about 5 blocks of you. So it's really handy. So creepers can't get near you to blow up. Mobs, skeletons can shoot at you. They tend to miss a lot more than normal. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I've got night vision on there by the look of it. I have. So let's go and turn that off. I think it's N. Night vision's off. There we go. You can see off to the right hand side there, about mid-screen, you see our power bar, about 305, 304. That's our solar power generator working in some daylight activation. We can get a whole lot more power out than that using other means. Okay, so that's all the chest plate we need. Now with this one here, we have our armor, we have all our energy. I've heard that the kinetic generator will power up as you jump, so I'm going to make one of these too. So that's only a servo motor and a control panel. So let's get some of those. Max our generator. So we're generating power with our movement, which is pretty cool. The other things I want is a sprint assist, and I want the jump assist, and the swim boost. I'm not worried about the uphill step request. That's just climbing up hills, and I don't really care about that. I can jump with that easy enough. So I'm going to use the sprint, jump, and the swim boost. So I'm going to put all these 3 on. Basically requires servos mainly, 4 servos, servo, and an ion thruster and a solenoid. So I'll just make those items now. Just get those items put together for us and get those made. Okay, so I have everything made here. So let's install those, put our compensation up. I'm going to put everything all the way up. Let's make it 200% on our sprint speed assist and see how that goes. A walking assist, I'll make it 200. Let's see how that goes with that. You can walk a bit too fast, but we can adjust that as we go. Our jump assist, whack those in there. Max power, jumping's cool. You can jump 3 to 4 blocks, it's just great. And our swim assist, we'll install that, and our thrust, maximise that. Okay, and environment. So I'm not going to worry about that. So that's only hazardous if you get into radiation stuff. Maybe if we start handling uranium or that sort of stuff, we might put those on. I don't want that. So next one is our power armor boots. So got armor and energy sorted out. Don't care about the jet boots, we've got a jet pack. Shock absorber, definitely. Alright, so we need 2 servos and 2 pieces of wool. This is great, this thing. It stops you any sort of fall damage that you have. I haven't tested it on height yet, so we'll see how we go. So I want that. Maximise the power on that, but it really helps you when it comes to getting around with the jetpack and stuff. And that is about it for those ones. So now we're going to go to our power fist. So what we want is our axe, we want our pickaxe, we want our shovel. I'm not going to worry about the rest of it. Shoes I'm not going to worry about because that's automated. I'm not going to worry about a leaf blower, although that'd be interesting to see. I'm not going to worry about an ore scanner, lux capacitor, nut. Don't care about any of that. So I'm going to get those 3 here sorted out. So axe, pickaxe and shovel. So we need lots of iron and lots of solenoid. So let's get that squared away. Let's get a heap of iron in here. Pickaxe, overclock that. I'm all for going max. We can always adjust it later anyway, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. So that's those 3. Now we want to do a diamond drill upgrade, so it upgrades our pickaxe. So let's put that on. So we need a couple of diamonds, of which we've got heaps and heaps and heaps now because of our focus drill. 4,000 diamonds. Yeah, I think it's a bit of overkill, isn't it? Anyway, who cares? That's the beauty of this plan. So let's put that on there. And aqua affinity, let's put aqua affinity in there while we got it. And I don't care about the rest of those. What do we have here? We need another elite battery for our power fist, but we will need a railgun. Definitely need a railgun. So let's do I have a HP capacitor spare? No, we don't. Okay, let's go make one. Make a couple just for the sake of it. So install for that. Make a nice big battery size. I'm not too worried about that just yet. Maybe later we'll have a look at that. But do we get our railgun put on? I can't remember. No, we haven't. So we need a railgun. So we'll install that. Whack the voltage right up. And I think that about sums us up. I might have a look at these other one, the melee assist. What's that? That's an LV capacitor. Let's go and make some of those and put a melee in there, see how that goes. Smash the impact up and put a carry through in there, see how that goes. So we may be able to get rid of our sword, most of our stuff there. The only thing I'm going to keep is our silk touch pick because this doesn't silk touch. Okay, so I'm going to call it there. I've got a lot of editing to do on this one. I ran it to 50 minutes, so don't worry, it's not going to be a 50-minute long video. I will cut it short and only put in the short stuff. Like I said, it's going to be, I apologise for this disjointedness, but we're making power armor, and basically we're sitting here making items and modules to get our power suit ready. Alright, the next tutorial I'll be setting up some power charging systems for you. Alright, so I hope you like it. If you do like this tutorial series, please subscribe and like. Helps me out, and I'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye for now.